In Tampa, a jury found Joseph Frye guilty of breaking into a woman's home and raping her at gunpoint. Frye showed no visible reaction when the verdict was handed down. John Thomas is following this case for us.
The defendant is guilty of...
For those in the courtroom, the verdict really came as no surprise. Joseph Frye was guilty of the brutal attack and sexual assault of a 75-year-old woman. The victim's testimony, the attacker's taped admission to the crime, and the DNA evidence was too much for anyone to have any reasonable doubt. But how would sentence be handed down? The defense would bring up Frye's mental health issues, and then Frye himself would address the court.
Because I understand that I am responsible for my own actions, but I was, highly intoxicated and mixing that with drugs.
But considering the brutal nature of the crime, the rape, those words were lost in the courtroom and on Judge Chet Tharp.
Mr. Frye, you're a predator. You're an animal.
Frye had been in jail for a similar attack and had been sentenced to 40 years, but the state released him after serving only 19. Frye was out of jail for only 21 days before he raped his 75-year-old victim. In court, Judge Tharp would speak directly to her.
The state of Florida failed you, and I'm sincerely sorry.
And then he would make sure failure was no longer an option when it came to Joseph Frye.
You do not deserve to spend one day of the remainder of your life as a free person.
Life, a small victory in what must have been and may still be a horrible nightmare. Joseph Frye wasn't just sentenced to life, he was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms. He is never getting out of prison. As for the victim, I spoke to her after the sentencing outside the courtroom. First thing she did was she thanked the jury, and then she told me she was glad it was all over. In Tampa, John Thomas, ABC Action News.